thank you for being a listener to more than 300 Dr. Mary Travel Best's 5 Steps to Solo Travel Guide episodes. This is for people like you who may need some extra support traveling. We've been helping women find travel memories since 1993 and traveling solo since 1972. So please share these memories. I want to hear about them, and so do your friends. Now here's the FAQ. Isn't it awkward to eat alone? That is the question. It's a step 1 question. And today's destination is going to be about Boulder, Colorado. The lesson learned today, I got on the wrong train line. And the travel tip is to screenshot your map before you leave Wi-Fi. So let's get back to our FAQ and respond to, isn't it awkward to eat alone? And I'll answer that with a yes. It is the first few times, no doubt. But it gets easier with every time you do it. Soon, you'll just walk in a restaurant and not even think about it. Now, I can relate to the woman who has never done it because I remember my first time. I was scared. I told the hostess, I've never eaten solo in a restaurant before, so put me in the corner, okay? She did as I wished. And then she came by to check on me. She said, how you doing? She came by a couple of times. My service was very good. I've only had good experiences. And I travel around the world solo now. Let's talk about Boulder, Colorado. My time in Boulder, Colorado was among the best. Do you know some people consider it the happiest place in the USA? Look out, Disneyland. Really, Boulder is nice. It's a great place for relaxing, for culture, for outdoorsy hiking. But it doesn't have to be challenging. And there's biking, too. The University of Colorado football and basketball games are always fun. And you can also go to high school and other colleges in town with their sports. Did I mention hiking? Oh, yeah. So if I was in Boulder, the first place I'd go is downtown, and I'd go to the Pearl Street Mall. So you can stroll. It's pedestrian friendly, right? It's got lots of shops and art galleries and street performers. It's free. You'll get the feel of the town here. And the early evening hours are really nice. Even late at night, it sparkles. Or a local tip is to visit early and enjoy a quieter atmosphere and observe the city waking up. Now, what else can you do in Boulder besides walking the streets? You can go to a tea house. You could have lunch at a Boulder tea house. Or you could just check out some dishes at a authentic restaurant for Tajik, like Turkish restaurant. And you could also look at the Boulder Theater or the Dairy Arts Center and see if they have some events going on. Now, what about nature? I know that's really important. So Chautauqua Park, you can take a stunning Flatiron View hike, an easy hike there. And I've got some notes for you in the show notes. So you want to start early to avoid crowds and the midday sun. And then you may want to go to farm-to-table dining. There's a restaurant called Black Belly Market. You might check that out. And then if you want to go on a drive, you can find the Peak-to-Peak Scenic Byway. Lots of mountain views there. And there's some small towns like Nederland for unique local experiences. There's also a museum of Boulder. You might want to do that on a rainy day and learn about the city's history and culture. And then there's also sunset at the Boulder Reservoir. It takes about $7 to get in, and bring a light jacket because temperatures can drop in the evening. So I mentioned bikes. It's very bike friendly. You can rent a bike, and you can also use public transportation, including buses with names like Skip and Hop. Safety, it's generally pretty safe for solo travelers, but always be aware of your surroundings. And the local culture, there's kind of a counterculture movement here. It's progressive and it's a health-conscious city. And the community values outdoor activities, environmental sustainability, and local arts. So I mentioned some dining options. They focus mainly on organic and locally sourced ingredients. So each neighborhood might have its own little culinary discovery. So let me know what you find, and I may talk about it next time on an episode. And thanks. Now my lesson learned. I got on the wrong train line. I almost ended up going to Switzerland instead of back to Milan. That was the Lake Como train station. I actually got on the train, but quickly got off before it left the station. In the past, I've been on the wrong subway train, and all I had to do was get off at the next stop and go back. Don't be like me. Be sure of your directions. And a travel tip? Screenshot your map before you leave Wi-Fi. Pretty easy to do. So bring meaning to your future travel, and let's go ahead and try to get a peaceful world. Sign up for my newsletter and take a look at the website 5stepstosolotravel.com. Also, there are 5 products on Amazon for you to look at. Thanks for connecting with me.
What's on your travel bucket list? Tell the doctor and her team of women who travel the world seeking the very best. Dr. Travel Best, that is.